study any stock that's up many 100% or thousands of percents over many years, this is how they move, okay? They move in stairs. So our job is to buy it here. Our job is to buy it here, right? Our job is not to buy it here, not to buy it here. Our job is not to buy it here. No. Our job is to buy it at the exact time it starts to build the next step higher. This is, oh, what the hell happened now? This is our job. Now, we're not going to be 100% correct. My win rate is 25%, but you know, the key is all about small losers, big winners. Okay? This is what we're looking for, right? And then you get the moving averages, the 10-day, the 20-day, and the 50-day. The leading stocks keep surfing those moving averages. And that goes for crypto too. Let's look at Bitcoin, okay? Now this thing made a move. This is back in 2012, okay? This is like early. So back here it was very liquid and unknown. Pretty much no one knew about Bitcoin back here. But this is where it pretty much started making a move, okay? Look at this setup. It makes a move, goes sideways, finds support on the rising 10 and 20-day moving averages, gets tight, has a breakout. Okay? Then you get like another, you know, little bit of a stair step. Like in my opinion, there was no good setup here, but you know, you get another breakout, okay? Then you get another one, another stair step. Look at this, higher lows, goes sideways, gets tighter and tighter, surfs the 10-day, another breakout. Okay? And then it kind of goes sideways for a while. And here again, after a while of shop, it starts surfing the 10, 20, and 50-day, gets tight, a breakout, you know, a range break. Look at what happens to it. And then you get like these smaller stair steps like here, 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 here. In my opinion, these are too short to trade. But you know, look, you could have used the 10-day moving average, right, as your trailing stop. Look at the move you would have caught. Look at this thing. It never closed below the 10-day moving average. This thing was a 10-bagger, more than it went from what? This breakout here, 1340, 1350. It didn't close below the 10-day moving average until this, like, you know, it went absolutely parabolic. Like, you know, you wouldn't be crazy to sell at least some into strength, but it didn't close like until, you know, it went to 260 almost. That's like almost a 20-bagger. It also had this is a very good setup, okay? Here it actually went sideways for a while. This is a high tight flag. It surfs the 10, 20-day moving averages, gets really, really tight. Okay, and this is like a 5-star setup. Like this is like a perfect one. And even from this setup, it goes up like what, 400-500% in a month, right? And then it has a period of shop, you know, pulls back to the 50-day, starts kind of building higher lows, then it fades. You know, it made a huge move, so, you know, needs to digest that move. Then it kind of starts trading again, like there's a potential setup here. Not a very powerful one. I mean, this move isn't that big. But, you know, builds another stair step higher. Fails, comes back into range, breaks out of this range. You know, look, it gets tighter. Look, the 50-day catches up to the price. Look at how tight it gets, and then breaks out of this range. All you have to think about are the 10, 20, and 50-day moving averages. And again, here, again, perfect breakout. It surfs the 10-day moving average, goes sideways, boom, breakout. Look at this thing. Like, look how powerful this thing is. Triples, quadruples in a few months, right? And then, you know, makes another big move, then it, you know, fades back, kind of, you know, does nothing for a year or whatever, 2 years. Here it kind of finds a trend again, but I really don't see a setup on it. Then it kind of shops around for a while again. And now, you know, now it starts moving again. And this is when you start looking for setups. When it makes a move, big move, and the 10, 20, 50 start moving higher, right? This is when you start stalking for a setup, and here it is. Here it is. Look, literally the next day we got a setup. Look at it. Look at how tight it is. But it's in a really tight range. It's tighter and tighter, and when the 10-day catches up, that's when you get the breakout, right? Now this thing, pulled back, didn't double, triple, quadruple, but was still a decent trade, right? And now it kind of shops around for a while. Here it finds a trend again. And there's like a potential setup here, and this is not like 5-star. Here it gets really tight, kind of breaks out a little bit, not as clean. Like here, it has a shakeout below the 50-day, has a leg higher, goes sideways, tight range, that serves the 10-day, another range break. And then here, I don't really see a good tight setup. Like this setup was really not tight. Like look how loose it is. Now it would have worked, but you look for tight setups. Here, I would have wished another couple of days of sideways for a tighter range, but you get another breakout here with higher lows. It's just not as tight as I would have liked it, but it worked. Didn't make a huge follow through, but what year is this now? We're at 2017. This wait, I need to check what triggered KC. Okay, this one had earnings yesterday. Okay. So here's a potential setup. I would have preferred maybe another couple of days of sideways. Like these setups can be traded on any asset class, and this is the burst of the crypto bubble, I guess. No, 29. No, never mind. Yeah, that was the bubble move. And here again, makes a leg higher. This is not that clean of a setup, but there's a setup. It kind of serves the 20-day, takes out the tight range. Not really that great of a setup, but here there wasn't really. Maybe here, not really a clean setup. Sometimes stocks go higher even from bad setups, but your job is focused on good setups. And now it's kind of moving higher again. Took a leg higher, and now it had a failed breakout 2 days ago, pulled back, and now it's surfing the 20-day. Look at this thing. Today it found support on the 20-day. Maybe next week or later this week we get a setup. The range here is still intact. It's building higher lows. You have a range here. And Ethereum, same thing. It moves pretty much the same. Not exactly the same, but there's setups here too. Wait, Ethereum doesn't have more trading history than this? Okay. Like you had a flag, oh, this is wide and loose. That's not a good setup. But here is a good setup. Like it just keeps surfing the 20-day, right? Puts higher lows, the range gets tighter, and then you have a range breakout. Like this is a 5-star setup. And look at what it does, big move, doubles in just a couple of weeks. So, these, your job is to identify these setups. Like all the, these setups are gonna appear they've been appearing for the past couple of 100 years, and they're gonna probably appear for the next couple of 100 years. This is how stocks move, right? They move in stairs. You can clearly see, you have one step, another step, then you have another, step. And Bitcoin has more trading history, so this one has more steps. You can just clearly, let's look at the weekly chart. It's easier to see. Oh wait, what? BTC USD. They move in stairs. Your job is to identify the next stair step. Well, actually, weekly chart is kind of a long time frame, but you can clearly see it. Like you have a step higher, or like one step. You have a second step. You have a third step. Obviously, you have one step. You have a next step. You have a next step. You have the next step. Next step. It's just like a stair. Your job is to identify the next step just when it's about to break out. Okay? You're not gonna have 100% win rate. You're gonna be wrong most of the time. But once you catch something, a move like this, you're gonna make back 50 losers in one trade. And that's how you make money. Alright, enough for the crypto special.